we both be doing the same little thing and the same little stuff.
Always looking retarded.
Yeah, stupid. Hello. Hey, Devin.
What's happening?
Thank you so much for tuning back into us. Hello, y'all. Thank you. It's been a minute. I've been gone for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. I had to think about what that song was. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning back into us. It's been a long time. A very, very long time, my friend. Buddy, a long time. I've been saying buddy all day. Get on this fucking night. I'm talking to the dogs. I ain't buddy. What the fuck?
Who the hell is that?
It's the whole thing. But, hey y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to us. It's been a minute. We have been gone off of the lives for the whole month of August. It's just been a lot going on between the both of us personally. No need to go into the details. However, I turned 32 on August 29th. So, like I said, a lot has went on in the month of August between the two of us to where we were not able to come together. But we are back and ready to go right back with everything that we've been doing before. So we just greatly appreciate y'all tuning back in to us once again. We will be honest tonight. We don't necessarily have a topic, right? But that's because so much stuff been going on. So much stuff been happening individually. And so coming back together, it was just okay, it's September. We need to get back before we lose, the things that we had going on with y'all as far as support and things of that nature. So I will tell anybody that is watching this live at this time, as I am blessing you, gracing you with the gift of gab. If y'all have anything y'all want to discuss or talk about, or something that's on your mind, or something that you ran across, a post or a situation, whatever, it don't have to be your personal. But if you do have something that you want to speak to us about, please let it be known in the comments, and we will gladly share our opinions or whatever the case may be on that. But first and foremost, we want to say welcome to What's in Your Cup. We forgot all that whole spiel. I'm your host. We are your hosts. My name is Ty and
Brittany.
And so, yeah. So first, we want to start off with saying it's not to speak on any individual situation. So I need y'all to understand that I'm not speaking against anyone or for anyone or anything like that. But I want to say, rest in peace to those that we have lost here recently. There's been a lot going on within our real small ass town. I'm talking about okay emoji ass town. And we just want to extend our condolences to the bereaved families. And just,
y'all in our prayers.
We praying for y'all. And one specifically I want to speak on, my cousin, Bub, rest in peace, baby. I love you. Wanda, I love you so much. You know that as well. And I really hope that in my voice, y'all get y'all shit together. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on and how it's going on and where it's going on and why, whatever. But just figure it out, because one thing we don't speak on our podcast is race, politics, religion. And it's just because there are so many opinions. And who's to say who's ignorant? Because when you have a wise man and a fool arguing from a distance, you can't tell who is who. And we not about to lip box with none of y'all, keyboard gangster with none of y'all, internet gangster with none of y'all about how, you feel on those topics. I will say that Black lives always will and still matter. But I also will say that I hope y'all get y'all black asses together. Because it's a lot going on and it's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I'm going to just leave it at that, because then I start going down a whole road of some shit I probably don't need to be saying to y'all. So yeah. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. what we were initially talking about before we came on was like, okay, Brittany, oh my gosh, what are we going to talk about? Because we feel like we touched on so many topics and situations, and there has been so much growth that has happened between the both of us to where it's hard to
pick a topic.
It's hard to pick a side. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, well, what about this? Well, no, because of this. And, you know, like, we try to keep this as neutral as possible, because the whole idea of what's in your cup is just, you know, sitting back on a Saturday night and chilling. Like, so like you sitting in your living room right now and watching us, or you know, doing whatever it is that you're doing and watching us and having a genuine conversation. This is not meant to be a platform for deep debate. It can be between, you know, genders, but that's just about it. And that's just because as men and women, we have, you know, different thoughts and different views on how we feel about relationships and how we feel about, you know what I'm saying, so many different things aside from the 3 things that we just named that we don't talk about. So one thing that we were discussing is, you know, me and Brittany, we're best friends. We've been best friends. I just made it to 32. We've been best friends for damn near 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. Like, from the time we latched on to each other and got off Mama Titty, this been my shorty. And vice versa. And I don't have very many people in my life that I can say that about, so I'm very grateful.
Me too?
Yeah, her too.
Look, I'm trying to talk over the comments like they can't see me.
Me too, y'all.
That's
What's
me.
that say? It's So, you know, one thing that we were discussing before this is about, you know, the dynamics of certain relationships and how they change over the years. And I think that that's something important to discuss. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in to us.
Yes.
Because personally, something that I've been experiencing is, so I'm always the single friend, right? So I'm always the friend, like, I ain't got no man. I might got me a little, you know, something, but I don't got no man. And so a lot of that has changed. And so because of that, not only because of the fact that I'm in a relationship, but also with the fact that we are older. And so a lot of things have changed as far as what we view as important, right? Like, so for me, I would rather sit at home and kick it all day long before I'm ready to be on some club shit.
Damn, because we used to do that.
I'm talking, what? I'm talking, twerk that fucking, let me see you get low, like that shit, so, listen, we know all the words. Listen, I know what you think. Don't think it no more. You know what I'm saying? And we, neither one of us are innocent, but what I'm saying is, you know, we had got to the point where that was an everyday thing. Our apartment was literally down the street from Bradley's when Bradley's was popping.
Yep.
You remember
in
that?
Champagne, yep.
Yes. And so we were, hey, Booze. Hey, Sheree.
Hey!
Thank you for tuning in to us. And so, you know, with time, a lot of that has changed, but it also changed for me. Like, I was also that same way 2 years ago, because that's the only thing. Now, I ain't gonna say it's the only thing I had to chase, but it was just like, oh, like, I just want to go have fun and do hood rat shit with my friends.
Consistent. That was something you could, or we could, because shit, I did it too.
Yeah. But you could always count on me to be the one ready to do it. Like, it was just like, oh, Tyneria, I know she ain't doing shit. She's sitting at home. She gonna be ready to do it.
Oh, hell, that's not what I said.
It's the truth, though. To the point where, you know, some of my friends, and I'm not speaking on her, but seriously, some of my friends, because they were in relationships, marriages, whatever the case, spouses was looking at me like, oh, so you going with Tyneria, huh?
I always think the single friend's gonna have you out here doing some hoe shit.
Let me let you know something. If she's a hoe, she gonna do hoe shit. It ain't
Right.
got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, birds of a feather fly.
Over that girl pussy.
At all.
What? What?
But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no control over what the next person does, except, however, you know, they understood the foundation of what it was that they had going on, and it was so much easier to just, like, put the blame off on, well, I know you getting ready to do X, Y, and Z because you with your friend that can do X, Y, and Z, and not have anybody to answer to, I guess. Like, not saying massa, because that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Like,
But
they don't have any priorities or
no
some
obligation.
shit.
That's
no
it.
obligation. Yeah.
You don't have no obligations. Like, my grandma used to always tell me, like, Tenaria, you know, you always talk about you ain't got no kids and you ain't got this, that, and the third, but she knows she
Whoa,
Sheree. That's the truth, though. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, you can't put that off on me, but it's easy to do that, especially when you are in a relationship. The dynamic of things change. And so now that I'm the friend that has started to sit down a little bit, it's like, well, you,
where the fuck is she at?
Why you ain't called me? Why you ain't? I ain't heard from you in a minute. And it's like, well, I'm tending to my garden. Like, you know, you can watch your flowers bloom. I just put the pictures in the ground. I'm just now letting the seeds, you know, starting to sprout. And so, where we were going with that is, hey, Chica, hey, Shamika, thank you so much for tuning in. I don't know if it's the 25 millimeter or the lack of 2020, but that phone seemed like it's hella phone. I can't read it. Anyway, where we were going with that is, you know, what do you, like, what are some of the sacrifices you've made within your relationship to keep your relationship? And do you feel like it's wrong to do? Do you feel like it's slighting your friends? Like, do you feel like you're taking something from somebody when you do those things? Because it's like, for me, I feel like, well, I mean, I don't really got no, like, how you know I was missing? You got a man and kids and dogs and, you know, shit. Like, how did you even know I was missing? And it's not to say, like, I don't care about how I feel about you or anything, but what are some of the things, y'all as viewers, what are some of the things that y'all have gave up for the sake of, you know, your relationship, and still feeling like you ain't lost yourself? Like, because me personally, I feel like I'm not missing shit because I did it all. You know what I mean? Like, I had my time where it was time to kick it. It was time to party. Celie over here taking
my braids down. Damn it, nigga. You're the second person that called me Celie.
It looked funny as hell, like, looking at the camera.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Like,
I'm trying to
she talking. I'm going to let her talk.
I'm trying to take these damn braids down. Y'all bear with me, okay?
But no, seriously, because I know that some of y'all that are on here, I don't know who is in and out or whatever, but I know some of y'all are married. I know some of y'all have been in long-term relationships, and I know some of y'all are newly free from marriages or relationships or whatever. What is it that made you...
Man, isn't it bomb when you get with somebody and y'all can just kick it with your single friends and everybody, like you with your man, and they got single friends. I'm not saying that you're trying to make people come together, but it just feels so awesome whenever you can be with your significant other. You can tell your single friend, hey, come kick it with us. Or we can come over your house and kick it with you, and it doesn't have to feel like you singling anybody out.
I didn't feel like I gave up, but I definitely cut out. First off, hey, Dinah.
Hey, girl.
Hold on just a second. I didn't feel like I gave up, but I definitely feel like I cut out my Thursday through Saturday routine of bars and kicking it with mixed group when we first got together. But I mean, how do you avoid doing that? I'm not saying you're wrong, not at all, because that's exactly where I am with it. And I don't have an issue with it at all. But it's like people will make you feel like you wrong, you changed, you forgot me. And it's like, well, no, I just had the responsibilities are different.
They sound like they attached. I mean, like clingy.
You don't really have to change if communication is open and boundaries are respected. I agree with that 110%. And it's not saying that you change for that person. It's just like you start to prioritize certain things. Like Dinah said, you know, I don't feel like I gave up anything because I could still go and do it if that's what I choose to do. But it was like, I don't have the need, I guess. I don't feel like the obligation of saying like,
okay, girl, here I come.
I can't go because my man, it's not like that. Like I said, ain't no massa in this motherfucker. Like, it's not that deep, but it's deep enough to say like, I don't know, I just feel different. Like,
moved on.
And back to Sheree, we'll get to your comment here in just a second. I just seen it. But back to like what Brittany was just saying, it's one of them things like, I be like, yeah, girl, I'll go, but I want my man to come. Like, it's not because I just can't get away from him or anything like that, but like, you my friend, that's my friend too. Like, me and him, we kick it. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a balance so you or your significant other don't lose your own identity. I will agree with that. And that's like you said, prioritize. Yes. So I agree with that 110%. So like, I'm not saying give up on your friends and always have to drag your significant other around in order for you to feel like, but if that's what you have fun doing, why is that wrong? Why do you get to feel like you lost a friend? You know what I mean? Like, why do you get to tell me, like, now don't get me wrong, I still go out, right, with my girls now, but the people at the bars and kicking in groups didn't respect boundaries at the beginning. So when you dip off for a bit, people realize I'm really in a relationship. Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. It's not to say like,
ooh, excuse me,
I can't go nowhere by myself. That's not it. Like we give each other space how we need to, how we see fit. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to Walmart, I need you to be in my back fucking pocket. It's never that deep. Or, oh, I'm going to Mexican with my friends and I need you to be in my back pocket. But it's like, I hope y'all know, like, hey, we've been here like 2 hours and I'm ready to go. It's not the same as now, as soon as we leave Mexican, I'm ready to turn around and we need to hit the bar and then we need to, because that's what you do when you, you know what I'm saying, when you're single, to kind of feel like more fun or like something you're chasing or something. I can't really say. And it's not even like chasing a good time. It's just like the,
yo, you don't feel like I got a nigga at home I want to go kill with.
I'm ready to go hop on the I don't feel like I gave up anything, but I feel like there's been a lot of growth. Clubbing, partying, and drinking every weekend isn't safe. And that goes back to, Shamika, I agree with that. That goes back to kind of what we were speaking on at the beginning of this, especially now. And it's not to speak on any specific situations because I'm not here to judge or I ain't got no story to tell behind none of them. But you're absolutely right. It's not safe. It's not safe for your kids if you have kids. It's not safe for yourself. Because it's just so much going on in the world. Like 2020 has been, we thought 2020 meant clarity. And if you don't think we getting shit as clear as ever before, then you crazy. It's not wrong. What is the making the person feel bad? Sheree, elaborate on that because I'm not exactly sure.
It's not wrong. What is making the person like what is making you feel? If it's not wrong, why do you feel as if it could be?
Right. Okay. No, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Personally, in my situation, I don't feel like I don't feel bad at all. But it's just like one of those things where it's like I'm trying to understand why you don't understand. If that makes sense.
Some people have struggle with change too.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, like things are supposed to stay the same all the time, but you have to understand people go through life.
It's part of growth. Like Shamika just said, I don't feel like I gave up anything, but I do feel like there's been a lot of growth. Like, so I can tell you right now, I feel like if I didn't have a relationship, I still don't think I would be out the same way I was when I was 22. And it's not because, of course, growth has happened, but it's not because I was being fast or being extra or anything like that. It's just like after a while, that type of stuff burn out and you look for home. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You look for solitary. You know, like to be by yourself, solidarity. Mm-hmm. Like you look for something that's more
calm. Shit.
That's it. It's actually, to me, it's more fun to have a kickback at the crib.
My arms, y'all.
I bet. Let me help you. So it's more fun for me personally to call all my hood rat friends over and be like, y'all, let's twerk in the living room, than it is for me to be like, let's take this trip to St. Louis and go X, Y, and Z. That don't mean that every now and again we don't need the trip to St. Louis. And that ain't a trip. But you know what I mean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Time with each other. That don't mean that's not, you know what I'm saying, necessary. You mean friends don't understand when you make adjustments when other friends get in relationships. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So at that point, which relationship am I no longer respecting? Mine with him or mine with yours?
Hell, they're no longer respecting their relationship with you.
Exactly. But it's never seen as that way. It's more or less seen as
you changed, you done switched up, you done did this.
It's easier to place the blame on the other person. And I'm not saying that this is my exact situation to the T, but I have experienced it. And even before this relationship, I've experienced it to where people feel like, you know, think about it. It's even been memes. It's even been statuses that get shared or whatever you want to call them, to where people feel like, I'm trying to think of the words I'm thinking of. I hate a female that like get a man and she forgets she got friends. You know what I'm saying? Like something along that lines. And it's like, why do you feel like she forgot she had friends? Because now she has a man. It has nothing to do with her forgetting that she has friends, but it has everything to do with what we spoke on before. Yes, because Onyx be popping. Listen, because me and Brittany, we listen. What was that? We went to Wild 'N Out. It was your birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, we went to Onyx, and let me tell you, down in the valley where the girls get naked.
I like whenever they get on their back and they clap their heels like this to get people attention.
And
that's my shit.
You still, that's my shit, y'all. That's right there. This one got excitable. You would have thought the girls right over here clapping and getting her. Anyway, speaking of which, y'all been watching P-Valley?
I hope so.
We'll talk about that in a minute. If you not, let's start a campaign and a GoFundMe so we can figure out how to get Uncle Clifford this 55 stacks. Because I feel like the Pink need to still be open because I want to go to it. Yes. It's lit at the Pink. But anyway, you know, it's one of those things where now what boundaries are you overstepping? So like when your man look and say, well, you always want to go do X, Y, and Z with your friends, and then your friends say, well, you always want to go do X, Y, and Z with your man, who do you prioritize? And most people will say, well, your friends, because they forever. Shit, I done lost a couple forever people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but that don't mean that I'm taking one over the other or nothing. But if you putting me in the hot seat and making me choose, first off, you ain't really my friend if that's what you feel like I gotta do. Like, why do I have to choose between the two? I don't feel like that's
first off, that ain't right.
No. And it's clingy as hell. I don't want a girl. I don't know how else to say it. I don't want a bitch. Who are you building a Whew. She said, who are you building a future with? And that's the thing, like, so now, okay, Sheree, I absolutely agree with you. So I know, you know, who I would prioritize. But these new relationships, right? And with the new generation of folk that's, you know, coming around. So like, say something happened and you and that person that you presumably wanted to build a future with are no longer together or whatever. And now you lost that friend too because they felt like, so like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so now it's like, oh, hey girl, I'm back. I'm so sorry that I went and chose my man. Once things become, I wanted it, okay? Once things become more serious, then they will naturally take the proper alignment. And I agree with that 110%. This conversation was more or less about, you know, friends understanding. You know what I mean? And it's like I told you, this my main thing, beat it out the frame all day long right here. So it's not necessarily that it's a personal situation. It's just something to think about. Happens. Real friends know where they stand, and that's exactly it. If you know that I got you and you got me, like, it's really not no question like about adulthood, because that naturally happens. What the hell what you think gonna happen when I have kids? They gonna take precedence. And I'm not saying like your kids and your man are equivalent, unless we go on down that whole line. Ooh, I want to bring that up too. What I'm saying is, though, you know, things happen to where, you know, priorities within a person changes. And if you can't understand that, some guys are possessive. And I will agree with that. Sylvia, some guys are really possessive, but at that point, like,
make a decision. From
this point of view that I'm speaking on currently, it's not about the guy that is being possessive. It's more about the friend that is being possessive. Now, if you are in a possessive relationship and that's something you enjoy, baby, that's your business. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about any woman or any male that is in a relationship and their significant other is possessive. That's their business. I'm just making conversation, and it don't matter, right, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or another friend, because people feel crazy about sharing friend time too. I'll agree with that 110%. Some friends don't understand, like, that there's a line where like between friend and significant other, you're not my man.
Hell, how they feel about you having other friends?
Also, I'm gonna tell the truth. Brittany ain't got no other friends in my eyes.
It's just
like when it like so when you said that, it was just like, oh yeah, I went down and my friend, she said, yo, who? Because you ain't got none of them. I'm your
y'all.
friend.
She ain't really like that. Oh Jesus.
Let her tell you that. I'm her friend. I don't know about y'all. Y'all is not. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so what I was getting ready to say, that's what I mean. But of course, at the same time, she's also been a married woman, with a child. You know what I'm saying? So like, I knew exactly like where that line went. Like, okay, you ain't got no other friends, but okay, that's your husband. So you right, you ain't got no other friends still. That's your husband. You got a whole other title. And I know, you know what I'm saying, what take precedence. Which leads me back to what I was getting ready to talk about. Because I seen this like for a long time. I don't know. It was sometime in August, I believe, where the conversation had blew the hell up about who come first, your mama or your wife.
Oh, sitting in the front seat or some shit. Damn.
Me personally, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to let your mama sit in the front seat, but that's out of respect. Not because I'm competing with, you know, what her place is in life.
We in two different lanes.
But personally, to anybody that's in a relationship or married or been married or just your viewpoint, who do you feel like come first? And husband and kids are way different from just a boyfriend. Bow, bow. Mm-hmm. But when it was her boyfriend and it, you know what I'm saying, like was leading up to that, not even necessarily leading up to that, when I realized that they were as serious as they were, I can take a step back and let the kush blow on my face. You know what I'm saying? Just you, on my jock. Like I can sit back and allow, you know, this to be what it is because we're grown. And I never not one time felt like I was losing a friend. I felt like I was gaining another friend because that came with her. And if this is who I'm with, I'm going to take all of that into consideration because I don't want to ever put her in a situation where she feel like she got to choose between me and what she want out of life. At the end of the day, I'm not going to provide her the same way her boyfriend. I can't, first off, number one, I can't give her no dick.
Like, she's about to drop some dick off, that's what.
Let me put the dick. But you know what I'm saying? I can't. So it's certain things where I started to realize, like, okay, this is what's happening. But it's not a time where when she needed me, that she couldn't call. And it's not a time where when I needed her, I couldn't call. But I do want to go back to that because I do want to know, like, people's viewpoint on that situation. Who do you feel like should take precedence between a husband and a wife and a father and a mother and the kids?
When you become husband and wife, y'all take care of each other.
Facts. But it's some people, and I don't know if it's just our generation, and I'm not here to talk about, like, well, the Bible said, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, because we can't pick and choose what parts of the Bible or what parts of whatever situation we want to follow in the Bible. So your wife after you get married. So you saying Sylvia, you saying that you feel like the wife is who takes precedence, like over the mother and over the kids? I'm gonna tell you my personal. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like, you know, it's my husband first. Mama, I seen you up on here. I seen your name is watching. So I just want you to know I love you. And that don't mean that, you know what I'm saying, I don't care. But I personally feel like once I become married and this man becomes my husband, he take precedence. It don't mean, I'm talking about, so it's not like, oh, my mama calling, but my husband on the other line. And so I'm just not going to answer for my mama. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that deep. But, and there's conversations to be had. So, like, but you need to know, like, if it's the difference between, So, like, okay, if you have a husband and your mom, your dad, they need to go to a nursing home, but you decide you want to keep them within the home, do you have that conversation with your spouse? Or do you just decide, oh, by the way, my mama finna come move with us?
Oh, that's most definitely a conversation.
That's what I mean by who takes precedence, though. You get what I'm saying? Because
that's going to change the dynamic in your home, so you just can't be like, moms and pops coming to live with us.
Right. Sylvia, Sheree, y'all both saying the same thing. It does shift once you become involved in a marriage and your immediate family is what take precedence. Point blank and period. So it's not that I don't love my mama. So when she say, well, Tenaria, I really don't want to go to this nursing home, it's like, you know what I mean? Nope, decision has to be discussed. I agree with that 110%.
Because then you're going to get pissed off that nigga start making decisions without your ass. Well, you did it for your mama.
And now your mama ain't here too?
Yep.
Hold on, because I don't even like your mama. No, I'm just playing. You have your own family now. So the priorities change. Husbands, then the kids, then the mom. LOL, sorry, mom. And that's the truth. Like, that's what I feel. But when I tell you, it was folks on Facebook saying that folks smoke crack. Solely because if you think you coming before my mama been there for me. And it's like, okay, but apparently there was some qualities that you seen in me that made you feel like I was important in your life, enough to become your wife or enough to become your spouse, husband, wife, whatever the case. And we are building. We have a family. So at some point now, it don't mean like you can state your case in this conversation though, but have the conversation. Don't just be like, well, that's my mama and you already know how I'm coming behind my mama. Actually, no, I don't. Because if I knew that that's how you was coming behind your mama, then I probably wouldn't have made you my husband or my wife. Your mama raised you to build your own life. Sheree, thank you so much for saying that, because the problem with a lot of those viewpoints is that mamas ain't raising their sons to build their own life. Mamas is raising their sons to depend on them. Mamas is raising their sons as their own man because they don't have one within the household. So that's why it's easy to say, oh, well, my mama gonna come first. Because a lot of the times, a lot of women weren't the ones that were saying my husband wouldn't come first. It was a lot of men saying, you smoking crack if you think you gonna come before my mama. And it's like, you know what? From your viewpoint, you're absolutely right, because you grew up, and it's not to speak against nobody. I grew up in a single parent home. I had a village around me. Thank God for my grandparents. I did have a stepfather eventually, but I came from a single parent home or a broken home or a blended family, whatever it is that you want to call it. I came from that. And my grandpa used to always have this saying, right, where he says, you don't have no business, no woman had no business raising a man child by herself, because she gonna have him ruined. And that's the truth. We all too often turn our sons into our men because there's a lack of presence of a man within the household. And so because of that, the men grow up without having any regards to the woman except for this woman. And so then you turn around and you want to get married because it look good for Facebook, or is it because it's nice to have a ring, or nice to say something belongs to you, back to the possessiveness that Sylvia was speaking on. But you don't even know how to water it and make it grow. Your mama, oh wait, that's true. But I believe God will allow the situation to work itself out. It can be fixed where God will allow your husband to allow you to take care of your parents or parent. But you do need to have this discussion with your spouse. Toy Lynn, I 110% agree with that. But the problem is, a lot of the times we skipping that step of discussion. So that's the issue. So when we skipping that step, we can't even, like, we're not even allowing God to come in and say, I'm making room for you to be able to do X, Y, and Z, because you're too scared to have a discussion. So many of us, men and women, we are so dead set on being independent that we don't understand what it means to codepend on someone else. That's what the merging of two lives is. You got me, I got you. However that's going to go. But the mama can't give you what your woman can, period. And I agree with that 110%, Sheree. You damn Skippy. Because if I can, let me know. Because what in the incest is going on here?
Ew.
I couldn't even think of the words. It was just like, you nasty motherfucker. But it's just because, and it's not even just sexually. If I can provide to you, or if your mom can provide for you what I can provide for you, you have no business with me. You need to stay up under your mom. Your best bet is to stay in that basement. But what happened when mama get a man? Oop.
Healthy codependency, yes.
What happened when mama get a man? Now your ass looking like Jody on Baby Boy. Oh, it was always us. You gonna keep this grandmama house. Okay, Jody, I got a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Healthy codependency. Sheree, yes, I agree with that 110%. Healthy codependency. You don't want to be
dependent on someone else.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be over here. I can't even get a glass of water unless he pay the bill. Hell no. Like, I'm going to drink. That's what I want to do. So, yeah, healthy codependency. I agree with that 110%. Jody, I can't stand you. But it's real, though. Like, you remember when Jody picked that bike up? But, how much shit did Jody take with him aside from that bike? Nothing. Because there was no, like you just said, healthy codependency. This motherfucker put a backpack on his back, got on the bike, took it off the wall of his mama's house, and left. The second Melvin wanted to cook some steak and eggs butt-ass naked. But want to know why he felt like he could do that? Because that's his woman. And when she finally decided that she had a man that she can do that with, I know my grown-ass son in here, but if you don't want to wear no drawers, baby, let the bacon grease pop. I don't give a damn. Mama gotta have a life too. That's exactly what she said, Toylin. But in all that time, it was just mama and y'all. So y'all had become so accustomed. Jody was messed up, but his mama said it was her fault. Boom. But what good does it do for you to tell me that it's your fault once I'm fucked up?
Well, then maybe from there you can grow up.
And so what did Jody have to do?
Grow
up. But in that moment,
it's fucked up.
In that moment, he was just looking like you.
My whole stability just shattered because a nigga popping grease on his dick in the kitchen.
And luckily, Jody had Yvette. So now, once again, he turned around and found out a way to respect the boundaries of their relationship, respect the woman that she was to him, because he didn't have a choice. Mama let him go. I meant mama gotta have... Oh, I got you, Toylin. Don't worry. Acknowledging the problem is the first step. I will say that, but the thing is, who acknowledges the problem first? So does mama look up one day and realize, beside from her getting a man and now she realized because she wants you to go that she ruined you? Who looks first and say, I done messed up? Or I am messed up. Jody would have been still in that room with Tupac on the wall, big as hell. He would have still been in that room had mama not said, oh, dang, I messed up. But mama wouldn't have realized that she messed up had Melvin not came in. And now she ready to have her life too. She pushed you to grow up. But that should be the plan from the beginning. It should always be the plan from the beginning. So now, like we saying, who is it that messed up? And when do you recognize? When do you take a look at that? Because that, like you said from the beginning, right? Oops, I gotta go eat with my man and my kids. Love y'all. I know that's right. Love you too, Sheree. Go on with your man and your kids. But no, in all seriousness, at what point, they are at that age, once they're at that age, it's too late. These things should be instilled in them when they are growing up. I'm loving this convo. Thank you, Toylin. That's what we do. We start off talking about nothing and it ended up into something. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of What's in Your Cup. We sitting in the living room like y'all sitting in the living room. Y'all might have what I got, y'all might not, and that's okay. But
I don't think it's too late.
You don't think
it might be harder to get up out of it because you've been doing it for so many years, but everything is a learning process. So just because you didn't learn it at the age of 10 doesn't mean you can't learn it at the age of 30.
That's true, but the lesson different.
The lesson is different, but as long as you're growing still.
And I wouldn't even say the lesson different. The lesson hit different, though.
That's fine. That's when it was supposed to hit. Because at the time you had somebody else taking, you know what I'm saying, serving you the lesson. So if it just hit at that time, either you're going to change with it or you're going to be stagnant or stay the same. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just, but no,
one or two.
So, okay, I agree with that, except for what happens is a chain of events, right?
Okay.
So, by the time he's 30, most likely he ain't a virgin. Most likely he's pursuing someone. They're in an active relationship where he still has the mindset of this until something triggers him to change. And then now he puts the responsibility. I don't really think that the responsibility ever becomes theirs. I think it transfers from one party to the next. You get what I'm saying?
Who's it transferring to?
It transfers from what mama taught me to do and what she ready to do now, and now what I expect of you. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay. So all this time, my mama put everything into me, right?
Okay.
My mama made sure that this, that, and the third was like this. And my mama really never had no man, so I became her man. Facts, Britt. Everyone can learn. Very true. Hi, Papi. But anyway, I feel, okay, so, boom. Mama done raised him as her man all of this time. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Like, she put all of this effort into her son because, oh, that's my son. So really, sometimes it'd be like, well, forget my daughter as a woman. Sometimes it'd be like, well, forget my daughter. She'll learn the way that I had to learn and this, that, and third. But as a boy, we tend to like spoil them, right?
Yeah.
As women, we tend to spoil them.
Yeah.
So then we get them to the point where, okay, now in Jody case, boom, mama got to have her life too. So now Jody, you need to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah.
And Jody decides to get off the pot. But now Jody is still damaged from being on the pot for so damn long that instead of Jody realizing what he needs to do, how many times do we tell men that they need to take time to themselves like we'll tell a woman? So because Jody he been on the pot for so long and he just now got his ass up, boom, he go to Yvette and say, you need to wipe my ass. You get what I'm saying?
But the difference is he's gonna, now that it's not gonna be the same with his mama. His mama be like, okay, let me go ahead and wipe your booty, but you with somebody else, I can tell you no. So what you gonna do now?
Well, yeah, I can tell you no, but guess what? Now I ain't half the woman your mama was. Now I ain't no real woman because you I mean, and that's cool. I'm not saying that, okay, cool, then we break up and we go on about our day. You know what I'm saying? If this don't work for me, then cool. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, now you look at me and I'm every woman in my Shaka Khan voice.
Okay.
But I ain't shit because I ain't do what your mama did. Your mama's a slave. I don't have
to learn.
Yeah, he gotta learn. But at what point?
It's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be
hard. Hell, when you 30,
and you just not getting that pull up off, nigga.
Listen, his booty story. You stupid. But it's true because he's been on the pot for all that time.
It's gonna suck. But that, I feel like that's just like the same.
But it creates residual damage.
That's the same as, okay, you said I was in a home with both my parents, but both my parents sheltered the fuck out of me. So when I got out when I got out in life and started experiencing life on my own, and they weren't as in control, it was a lot of shit. But I had to learn how to adjust.
I agree with that. Okay. 2 things, because we be forgetting to look over here.
Oh, shit. Hey, Trevor. Is that Trevor?
That's what it say. Trevor Pete.
Okay.
1, Rob, thank you so much for tuning in to us. I'm gonna shout out the group. If I'm wrong, just inbox me and cuss me out, okay? But I'm gonna shout out to the group. So Rob Wiley, he has a group. It's lit.
Oh shit, excuse me, y'all.
Live Imperial. It's talk. Live something talk. Anyway, he brings up some of the realest conversations to the point where, Rob, I'll be honest.
Right. Live Imperial Talk.
Live Imperial Talk? I think that's what it is.
Put it in the comments, please, Rob.
Yeah, please drop that down below. Drop it in the link there. Drop a link in the comments there.
There we go.
Because I think what he does in that group is so pertinent and so necessary, because even if you don't respond, I'll tell you, a lot of the times I don't respond. But them questions be hitting home. I'd be like, well, damn, I guess I ain't.
I love it.
Like, it's really not informative, motivating.
Yep.
Actually, because it triggers some things within your own mind. And so I'm really grateful for being able to be a part of that, as far as being a member of the group. And then also, thank you so much for offering to share our podcast in that group as well. Okay, so let me get back to Trevor. I've been with my soon-to-be wife for 6 years so far, and I'm still learning. Trevor, thank you for sharing that. And congratulations on your engagement and your soon-to-be marriage.
Hey, congratulations.
But that's life, though. Like, so you're always going to learn. The second you stop learning is the day you can go put yourself in a casket, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. And I don't mean no disrespect by saying that. I just mean that if you ever think you get too big to learn,
ooh, that get on my nerves in people. I know everything.
Because
Ain't
there's
nothing
always
you
a
can
lesson.
touch me, Lord Jesus, teach me.
Touch you. All right, Mister. No, just like no, but for real, the second that you get to the point, so I'm not saying that he's wrong for learning it at a late age, or that mom is wrong for teaching it at a late age. I'm just saying that it creates residual damage.
Yes.
So it creates a snowball effect of
probably many relationships.
Which is why today you see a lot more women complaining about the fact of not being able to find a good man than you see of men complaining about not being able to find a good woman. Now, it's some hoes in this house. So I'm not saying that every woman is a good woman, because that's not the truth. You get to decide what woman is good for you. Mm-hmm. For one of my favorite songs is by Pharrell and T.I., and it's called Freak Though. And he's speaking on the fact that, you know what I'm saying, like, everybody might know her business. Everybody might know a little something about her. But this what she do for me. Mm-hmm. This is how she make me feel. And I don't know if I'm supposed to let that go because of what you feel like you know about her. Because if I do that,
that's that one. She a freak.
She's a freak though.
Yeah.
Angel eyes.
Yep.
And the baby face. That's my
yeah.
Look it up. T.I. and Pharrell. Freak though. Check it out, folks. There it is, right there. Rob Wiley, check out that comment. Please go and join the group. And get active. I can say that because, I mean, it's just like that group. I be seeing stuff sometimes. I'm like, ooh, I can't comment on there because if somebody see I comment on it. It'd be more about a personal thing. Not because, you know, the conversation or the topics ain't lit as hell, because it really is. Yeah. And they talk about everything from what did y'all eat this morning to when the last time you saw
some dick.
So this is, exactly. He said that's that shit talking about Pharrell and T.I. But that is like one of my like all time favorite songs.
Right along with Porn Star. I love Porn Star by T.I.
Yeah, I do too. Hey, would you stay? Would you play with your tongue just a little? Y'all don't pay us no. Never mind. Sometimes we just. This is a Saturday night. It's a kickback. What's in your cup? You see what's in ours. This is a wine glass. This ain't no wine though.
You know what, guys? I'm actually drinking wine today. I didn't get.
I gotta sleep off that. Give me some honey proof. No, I'm just playing. But no. So what we were just saying, it goes hand. They both go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that every woman is a great woman and men are so this and that to us that we just no, because it's just keep it up, you two. Talk to y'all later. Miss working with you, Branch.
Miss working with you too.
Thank you, Trevor, for tuning in to us. We greatly appreciate it.
That was Trez from the 90s. Trez from the 90s. I had a song for him.
Oh my God. I'm sitting there like from the 90s. I don't remember.
Dang, Trevor. Dang. Bruh.
You stupid. But anyway, like, and as a man, like, I really would like to know, like, how y'all feel about the women that y'all are able to find nowadays. Because it's easy for us to sit and say how we feel about what y'all doing and what y'all ain't doing, and your mama got you thinking this and blah, blah, blah. But sometimes the lack of us having a father got us thinking a whole different way, too. So now we feel like you're supposed to provide everything within the household. Not all of us, some of us, though. We feel like you're supposed to do everything within the household, knowing good and damn well we ain't never seen a man do everything in the household.
And mine's completely different. My father did everything in the household, and I used to put men on pedestals thinking that that's what the fuck they need to be doing. And everybody can't do that.
Not only that, it's not just a man's responsibility.
Yep.
Personally, I don't feel like it's just a man's responsibility to take care of everything. Yeah. Even if, okay, cool, he paid the bills. What the fuck do you do? What do you contribute? You know what I mean? Like, it has to be something, like, because that's not fair. Relationships are 100 and 100. So what part is your 100? Because your 100 looking real 50-ish right now. So what do you do for yourself? What do you do about yourself? What it is, Hope. What's
what the fuck?
What is it that, you know, you can bring to me and build on, you know, with me? Like, what? Like, what do you have to offer me? Like, what do you show me? What do you give me? Like, okay, cool. I'll make sure that this is straight. I'll make sure that this is handled. But if you just in the bed,
well, no,
it's a whole household to be ran out here.
Yeah.
It's a whole, like, literally a whole household. And it don't mean that it's gender roles. As a single father, though, he been used to doing it. And that's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
That is understandable. Like, because we get set in our ways. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't allow a person,
because you can end up attracting people that's going to take advantage.
that's it. But so, and not only that, if you don't allow a person, like, so then now what do you want? Mm-hmm. Because if you taking on a partner, like, so now you got a girl, what, so you can fuck her? Because if she ain't coming in and helping build anything with you, then what were you seeking after at any point? And then what was the reason that you were seeking? Because it sounds like shit. You can do bad all by yourself. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking, it's just in general. Like, what is it when you're going for a partner? Mm-hmm. What is it that you expecting of that person? It got to be something. You slighting yourself if you ain't looking for something out of it.
More than like every time you get into a part, from my perspective,
mm-hmm.
I just feel like I'm one of those independent women. Shout out to y'all. But I can get stuff done. I'm automatic, okay? I can get stuff done. But I want somebody there just in case it's just one of those days where I'm just like, whoo, I need somebody to help.
But see, I don't think that's fair to say either.
Why not?
Because you said that you need backup.
Not backup, but like somebody you can rely on. Somebody that's consistent, I guess. Like, even though you may not need somebody all the time, because you still live your own individual lives, but whenever you just need somebody to be able to call on. Or, do y'all get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I'm just trying to make you use your words.
Not a backup, but it's just like somebody that can take care of stuff just as well as you. Like, you don't have to remind them to do this or remind them to do that. Like, if you're falling short, that person can easily, pick up that ball and keep it moving.
Sylvia, she got you. She said, like somebody you can lean on if need be.
Yes.
And I understand that, but I think the leaning needs to be vice versa. So what I think it needs to be is an exchange of the load.
Okay, I say control.
Yeah, no, not control, but in exchange of the load.
That's how I calculated in my head, because I'd be like in control of everything. So I'm showing y'all my dark side. Look, in control, but I need somebody to be able to move them joysticks as well.
Facts. Mario and Luigi.
Yes.
Like, you know that if your man die and you on 2 players, your man's finna come through and beat that world. Now y'all can move on to the next one.
Yes, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
It's one of those things where you literally have to just be like, okay, you know what? I can breathe because I know what I can't do. Poppy can. Mm-hmm. And what Poppy can't do, I can do.
There we go.
It has to be an exchange of balance, or one person gonna get weighed down so low. And then when I'm down here, hey!
On the rope or something, nigga, shit.
That crazy bitch I ain't getting. I need you to, you know what I'm saying? Like how far are you able to yell? Because once you get so low in the basement, the motherfucker don't hear you.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where you have to be able to willingly exchange the load, regardless of what it is that you're used to. Because like I said, then what was your point of pursuing? If you want to clap them cheeks, let a mug know. Don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool, but in pursuit of something, you gotta be able to willingly exchange. That's how I personally feel.
I can dig it.
It might not work with, everybody, and you have to be careful with what you are ready to willingly exchange with a person, because everybody can't handle certain responsibilities.
That's all a learning lesson.
It's all a learning lesson, but that's the thing. Are you willing to learn? And even if you fall, it's life. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, so you never can really like save yourself from heartache. You can never really save yourself from, I don't understand, why was this and why was that. You can't save yourself from that if you live in life and abundantly. You just really can't. That's in my opinion. But anyway, so yeah, I feel like I'm done talking.
I want you, best friend.
Once again, just, a quick recap. Tonight, this was just general conversation. We didn't come on with a topic, and that's why I just say, hey, y'all. Because, hey, y'all, I don't, we are just now getting back. Thank you to those of you that have tuned in to us, that have kept steady with us. We greatly appreciate it. Like we said, we took the whole month of August off. It was a lot going on, but the best thing that happened was I turned 32. Turn it up.
Damn, that means I'm getting on 33, y'all.
Bow.
Ooh,
I wasn't
shit.
gonna say it for the people in the back, but I just wanted you to know that that's what you at. That's what you at, best friend. You is. I want you to know that. But like I said, just we had a lot going on, and we gratefully appreciate the fact that even with us taking a whole month off, y'all still turned around and was like, oh, they live, let me see what's going on.
We love y'all.
We really, truly do.
We
I love
y'all.
everybody in the whole entire world, and
Yes.
that's aside from the Jose. That's the truth. Every day, even without the Jose, because sometimes it be without Jose. You know what I mean? But we just want to let y'all know we greatly appreciate y'all. We love, respect y'all. Just real quick, again, to go back to what we were saying, I'm not on nobody's side but the right side. It don't matter. Please, if you can reach one, please teach one. We got to find a way to dissolve the violence. We can't stop it. Right? So we've learned that. Because even when somebody ain't killing somebody robbing a bank. When somebody ain't robbing a bank, they snatching a purse. So violence is violence. We can't stop it. But R.I.P. Katari, baby bub, I love you. Wanda, I love you. R.I.P. Didi Macklin.
Yeah.
Get well to the young lady and her significant other that was shot. All of this has happened within a matter of weeks, and all of it is to say, to not to speak on their situations, but just to say, like, y'all, please, at some point, realize what the fuck y'all doing and figure it the fuck out, because it's getting absolutely ridiculous. It literally is. Where our town is this big, all of us went to school with each other, and if we didn't go to school with each other, we went to school with somebody that went to school with somebody that we know. So like at this point, it's absolutely ridiculous. We killing each other, and we still screaming Black Lives Matter, and Black lives do matter, but it needs to matter to you too. Without the whole, well, he did this to me, and so I gotta go do that back. Figure it out. Just to let y'all, we gonna end with our tags. You can catch us on Facebook, What's in Your Cup with the yellow logo. You can catch us on Instagram, _What's in Your Cup, _Psychology 10119. You can also email us at psychology, SIKEOLOGY 10119 @gmail.com. That's SIKEOLOGY 10119 @gmail.com. You can also catch us on YouTube.
Hey.
Forgot that we had that. I need to get on there. Oh, but it's
That's
because
what
we
be
haven't
going
been
on
getting seriously. We haven't been getting very many subscribers. So please, we'll drop the link in the comments. Please go and subscribe to our page as well on YouTube so that we can get that where it needs to be. We greatly appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And yeah, that's all I got to say with my real talking ass. Brittany, you got anything?
No, that was it, best friend.
All right, we love y'all. Have a safe night. All that shit. Bye.
God bless.